when we ride. I feel like David ain't no fear, but I'm still gon' rise. Hop out the booth, we praise Yahuwah with them people that is like his mind.
Shalom, family, shalom. Today we're doing not our first Bible study, but we're doing a Bible study today on how bad company can corrupt good morals. Basically talking about the people that you keep around you can easily influence you to do good, to do bad, to do like things that you don't want to do. They can introduce you to drinking, they can introduce you to partying, they can introduce you to sleeping with people. So all around you could be the greatest person in the world, but if you got that one little bad seed, it could easily turn you into, you know what I'm saying? It could easily take you down that path, and that's what we don't want. That's what we want to make people aware of this, because I seen a video a couple of days ago that really like touched me, and it's just like, dang, like, it's like, dang, people really don't see the demons in people. You know what I'm saying? There's a video of this man. He was telling this woman that she was called by the Father, and the woman in the video, you could see that she was like touched, just finna cry, but her own friend told her that the Father don't judge. Come on, dog, like, let's be honest. Her friend was so quick to get up out of there. Like, that's not what, if that screams out loud like, hey, your friend is dragging you down and you don't see that, you're not watching for that. That's part of the reason why you still in the same spot. Now, I don't just ever blame the friends. I also do blame said person. Also, too, don't just always blame the external, because we put ourselves in positions too to not do what needs to be done for Yahuwah, for our existence. Sometimes we might be we'll be undisciplined. We'll be like, oh, he'll be trying to point us in the right direction, and we'll be like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. He don't want that. He wants us to all elevate and follow him, follow the laws, the commandments, follow his Torah. He wants us to excel in this existence, and it may not be the existence that you want. The existence that the world has give it to you to be like, oh, it's all fun, it's all glitz and glamour, it's all good. Like, nah, man, like, it's not that. It's not that all the time. Like it says, it's a time for crime, it's a time for war, it's a time for peace, it's a time for joyfulness. Like, it's a time for everything. But you can't just focus on one thing and expect your existence to be that all the time. So we're gonna start with 1 Corinthians 15, 32 through 38. If after the manner of men I have fought with beasts at Ephes, what does it advantage me if the dead rise not? Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Awake to righteousness and crime not. For some have not the knowledge of Allah. I speak this to your shame. But some men will say, how are the dead raised up? With what body do they come? You fool, that which you sow is not quickened, except it die. And that which you sow not that body that shall be, but bear grain, it may chance of wheat or of some other grain, but Allah gives it a body, and is pleased, and it has pleased him, and to every seed his own body. Alright, so as we know, we're all spirit. First, we all spirit. We're not just flesh and blood. This flesh dies off. This flesh can go away very easily, but we're not just flesh and blood. We're spirit. So if this spirit leave you, this spirit exit you, bro, this flesh, this car that you driving, this vessel, is gonna die. It falls to the ground. Like, it's gonna rest. You know what I'm saying? So believe, everybody does not have the spirit of Yahuwah. We all know that. Every person does not have the spirit of Yahuwah. It's up to you as a person to figure out those people. And it's a thing, monitoring spirits. If you're not paying attention, monitoring spirits can easily come through into your existence, especially if you don't have the spirit. Bro, they could come into your existence. They can monitor everything you're doing, and hey, I'm not supposed to be going this way, but they'll be like, they can influence you like, hey, I think you should go that way. So then what, you go to the left. You know what I'm saying? You looking left or right. The path, the road is narrow. The road is narrow. It says, do not look to the left nor the right. You have to look straight, because that's how they get you off track. That's when you start feeling like, oh, I'm in a loop. I'm in the same cycle. I keep going through the same thing. And you wondering, why am I going through the same thing? You know what I'm saying? So we have to be reminded. We have to remind ourselves to always put on the full armor of Yahuwah. We have to remember that. You got to always stable your mind in Yahuwah's face. Read your Bible. Pray every day. Well, read your Sefer. Pray every single day. Don't be deceived by people that come to take you off the path. If especially if you've been doing good, if you've been doing real good, and then all of a sudden this person comes to your existence, and not everything's chaos, hectic, like, and it's not just friends. It could be your family. It could be your family. Your family is way closer to you than any friend, because the way we look at family now is, oh, we're family by blood, so I gotta be around you. It's not true. Blood is thicker than water, and you know what I'm saying? Blood ain't thicker than water. Let me explain. Like, dang, I messed that up. Oh well. Anyway, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Those who do the will of Yahuwah, that's your family. That's your real family. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just choose to do wickedness, then that's your family. You can always be with them. You can always go drown yourself in what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So the next scripture we're gonna go to is 1 Corinthians 10:11-23. It says, now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. There has no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but Allah is trustworthy, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say. The cup of Barakas, which we Baruch, is it not the fellowship of the blood of Mashiach? The bread with which we break is it not the fellowship of the body of Mashiach? For we being many are one bread and one body, for we are all partakers of that one bread. Behold, Yasharah, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar? What I say then, that the idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything. But I say that the things which the other nations sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to Allah. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Ye cannot drink of the cup of Yah and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of Yahuwah's table and of the table of devils. Do we provoke Yahuwah to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? All things are powerful for me, but all things are not profitable. All things are powerful for me, but all things edify not. All right, so when we talk about being partakers of the world, you can't mix and match. It's impossible. You can't mix them. You can't mix the two. Like, it's either you on one side or you on the other. You can't just sit there and be like, all right, I love Yahuwah, but I'ma still go out and party at the clubs and drink strong drink and say I'm a child of the Father. He don't work like that. You can't serve two masters, and it's either you're gonna be on his side or you're gonna be on the other side. And whichever side you do more is the side that he gonna give you away to. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yahuwah does not strive with men. We know this. He don't strive with men. He doesn't sit there and be like, it's okay. You'll come back to me. He yearns for us to come back to him, but if we not choosing him, then he gonna leave you alone. You're not gonna hear from him. And then you're gonna be wondering, dang, why I can't hear him? Why am I feel like I'm just making decisions on my own. And I can understand that because I used to do that. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I'll tell y'all a little story about me. When I was in the world and when I was, doing all my dirty deeds, I remember always being paranoid of death. And I remember that feeling like it was yesterday. I remember always wondering when my day was gonna come. I'm like, dang, I used to wake up like, dang, I'm probably gonna die today. Or dang, probably next week is my time. But I had to take a real look at myself. I was like, okay, what am I listening to all the time? Okay, I'm listening to nothing but artists talk about death. I'm around worldly people who just think about getting on females all the time. Like, I'm around this, I'm around that, I'm around stuff that I'm around people who like to drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm around people who don't care about their own body. They care only about what they only care about satisfying the flesh. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't be partakers of both. You can't do both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's impossible. Like, you gotta choose one. You gotta choose one. So the next verse we're gonna go to is John 4, First John 4 and 1. My bad. So it says, Beloved, believe not every ruach, but try the ruach whether they are of Eluah, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. You gotta test the spirit by the spirit. That is like, that's point blank. You gotta test the spirit by the spirit. Even your family, your friends, your cousins, like even people on the street, you gotta test them because they can lead you down the path that you not ready for. You're not. It's a lot of people out here that know they ain't supposed to be doing what they doing, but guess what? Guess who they with? They with they brothers, they with they sisters, they with they cousins, they with they mom, they dad, they friends, they family, like people they grew up with. Like, we hold more weight to people we grew up with than the father who created us, who knew us before we were even born. We have it's mad respect of persons. It's respect of persons. That's exactly what it is. You have respect of persons to what you can see, but the one that's giving you a barakah is the one that you can't see, and you don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? You just like going on about your day, but it's a thing where you gotta take that time to like stop and think. And I know sometimes that you may sit there and you may think about it, but it's like, dang, do you care more about satisfying your flesh, or do you care about satisfying your spirit? Because at the end of the day, your spirit is starving. Regardless, your spirit's starving. You could be killing your spirit and not even know it. And it's just real. Like, take more care of, like, pay attention to like what's really going on around you versus what's not going on. So we're gonna go to the next verse. I'm gonna go to John 7:22 through 24. So, all right, it says, Moshe therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moshe, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath circumcise a man. If a man on the Shabbat receive circumcision, that the law of Moshe should not be broken, are ye angry at me, because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath? Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So I get tired of people always saying like, oh, the Father doesn't judge you. That's not a get out of jail free card to do what you want to do. It's not. Like, bro, I promise you, anybody that sit there and tells you like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because my Father doesn't judge me, and I'm like, bro, which God do you serve? You know what I'm saying? Who do you serve? Choose ye this day who you serve, man. Like, do you serve a title that you can't even explain when it talks when he gave us a name? You know what I'm saying? When he gave us a name, you don't want to call on the name. Do the deeper research to understand the name. But when we talk about circumcision, like, yes, there is a physical circumcision, but there's also a spiritual circumcision of your heart. You know what I'm saying? He gonna put the Torah in our hearts. Well, really, it should be already written on your heart. But because we've been trained by the world, and our parents, some of our parents didn't know no better, and they was learning us what grandma and mama taught, because slavery was a thing, and they've been deep rooted in slavery. So we've been taught from our the ways of our ancestors. We don't even want to be a part of it. Like, you shouldn't even want to be a part of that no more. You know what I'm saying? That's backtracking. We moving forward. So it's knowledge out here to learn of everything, bro. So there's no excuse. But like I'm saying, circumcision is of the heart. It's of the heart. It's in your inward parts, bro. If you judge righteously, there's no issue with that. Judge righteously. Don't just judge just to judge. It's not a get out of jail free card to sit there and start judging people, because, hey, if you have a beam in your eye and you try to call somebody else out, how you gonna do that? That's unrighteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? Yahusha talked about that. So it's a righteous judgment with everything that we do. We can't just be so high and mighty on ourselves. We have to take out that pride in us to not do those things and be like, oh, we good. I'm good. I don't need none of that. I'm good. Like, no, we got to take that out of ourselves and look at ourselves first. We have to really look at ourselves first and be like, okay, what are we doing for Yahuwah? Because we're all unclean. But if you know that, hey, I'm not doing this, I know I'm not doing this, and I know I've got myself to a better place, then, hey, talk to somebody about that. Tell them, hey, this is what I did to get out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like doing these. I really do like doing this stuff. It's first time making this really long of a video, so just bear with me. So we're gonna go to Amos 5:15. So I'm gonna give y'all a minute to get there, because I know I kind of just been flying through these scriptures, but it's a lot of it is really like, a lot of it I wouldn't say is like common sense, but it really should be common sense. But like I said, we've been so diluted from the righteous path. When you on that path that's dark, and you can't see on where you're going, it's like you looking for the light, but you're looking for the light in the dark. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for a spark, and we know sometimes sparks are hard to find. You know what I'm saying? If you're not looking in the right places. So I'm gonna go to Amos 5:15. It says, "Seek good and not evil, that ye may exist, and so Yahuwah, the Lord of hosts, shall be with you. As ye have spoken, hate the evil, and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate, that in the gate it may be that Yahuwah, the Lord of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph." So it's a remnant, bro. It's a remnant of people, and I don't know how many more times. Like, I know we're gonna be saying this to the end. Like, it's only a remnant. You know how small a remnant is? A remnant is small. Every time you look at Yahshua, look at every time they win the war, how many people did they have versus how many did the other nations have? And they was winning because they was listening to Yahuwah. Like, bro, my goodness, bro. Like, on the real, we don't need a lot of people in Yahshua, because Yahuwah is mighty. Yahuwah is always gonna win. So, you know what I'm saying? Look, seek good and not evil. Stop seeking these worldly achievements, this worldly status, this worldly things that people, that we've been so conditioned to like seeking. Stop seeking that stuff, man, because it's not gonna profit you nothing. The only things that will profit you is the things that Yahuwah gives you, because this worldly stuff will profit you, but you know how deep in the darkness you gotta be to like profit stuff from this world, from this world. Like, think about it. Think about it for real. All the rich people, what we always say about all the super rich people, what we say, oh, they sold. So they sold to who? The devil. Okay, bet. Like, so imagine what you got to do for righteousness' sake. When I think of like people who did stuff for righteousness' sake, they didn't really have a lot, but I promise you, they was rich. They was rich in the kingdom, though. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be rich in the kingdom than rich in this world. You know what I'm saying? Not saying like they were stable enough. They were stable. Hey, that's all you could really ask for, is to just be stable. He'll sustain you for sure. You'll have everything that you need, but that's through discipline, through doing the stuff that he asked you to do, taking care of the things that he's asking you to. You know what I'm saying? doing everything that he's asking you to. It's a must. And I'm just here because like I love Yahweh, man. I love the Father, and I want people to get it. I want people to understand who He is. I want people to like seek Him for themselves, and not just because a pastor or a shepherd or a moray or somebody is telling them to. Like, hey, you may see this video, and it may spark something in you. That's all. Me personally, hey, I pray that hey you see this video and it sparks something in you to like want to turn your existence around and want to be on the righteous path. You know what I'm saying? Want to take a look at your friends and be like, oh, they not living right. Oh, I'm doing this, and this because of them. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get tired of living in the same cycles, living in the same loopholes, like the same loop every single month, every single year, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna change next year," and then never change. Like they always get us with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be good. Like I want y'all to be great. So spread love. So the last chapter we're gonna read is Isaiah 5:19-23. So it says, "Let let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Kodash one of Yashua draw nigh and come, that ye may know it. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine of men, and of strength to mingle strong drink, which justifies the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteous, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him." Bro, it tells you the type of people to watch out for. Look at your friend group. Look at your group. Look at your family. Look at everybody you got around you and ask yourself, like, hey, do y'all really live like how y'all say y'all do? Do y'all read these scriptures and apply it to your existence? Do you really hold hold yourself to the standards that you're trying to hold me to? If not, then what they doing? What they doing in your existence? Like, you can set standards for yourself and hold them. Hold yourself to it. You don't need nobody to be like, oh, you should be doing this. You should be doing this, bro. Now, woe to those people that's always chasing the liquor, bro. When you drink liquor, it's called a spirit. It's called a spirit for a reason. They call liquor spirits for a reason, because when you drink, what you do when you drink, you become blackout drunk. Do you usually remember what goes on after that? No. All right, bet. So, like, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on? When you take strong drink, you give up your vessel to a demon to control your body for a night. That's why people. That's why a lot of people have one night stands, because what you drink, you then get you then get you get tempted by that lustful rule. That lustful rule comes into you. You then meet a man or a woman that also has a lustful rule, speaking like both genders, or you went for women, for men or women, they do stuff that they ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying? They might, I'm gonna go out there for the same sex tonight. You know what I'm saying? You start, sexual immorality comes in and all these other stuff, like stuff that you would never normally do if you got your head on straight. You know what I'm saying? If you actually sober, you do stuff that you would never do if you were sober. So, like I say, man, what are those people that always want to, hey, let's go out and drink, or hey, I'm coming over and I got a bottle. Man, tell them people, nah, I'm good tonight, and see how they act. Oh, you don't want to turn up with me? You acting funny. Oh, you don't want to go out with the boys tonight? Oh, you acting weird, bro. Especially if you usually the friend, if you the friend that usually holds everybody together and you don't want to go, watch how they act. If you tell them like, nah, not tonight, and they start tripping, you know what I'm saying? You be knowing I'm the black sheep. I'm the black sheep of this family. You know, I'm the one I'm the glue. You know exactly when you're the glue. You know when you're the glue. Like, come on, let's be for real. You know when you're the glue for everybody. Everybody looks to you for like advice. Everybody comes to you like, oh, what should I do? Everybody comes to you for the turn up. Come on, dog. You know you ain't supposed to be there. You know where you're not supposed to be at. But also, whenever you get that feeling, especially in your mind, you ever get that feeling in your mind, something tells you what not to do, and then you end up doing it anyway, and then it ends up bad. Come on, bro. That's the spirit. That's the Father talking to you, trying to keep you out of danger, but you willingly just driving yourself straight towards danger. Like, come on, man. It's simple, but it's not simple. Come from out of the world. Come gain the spirit. Come gain Yahuwah, because that's real. He has real love for you. He has a lot of real love for you. He's not just on a throne being mean like most of these people will say. Pick up your sefer, because it has a lot of wisdom and it has a lot of stories on how to deal with certain things. But I digress, man. But I thank y'all for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more Bible studies here and there, whatever the Father gives me. I just wanted to get this out because this is what he was telling me to do. And it's first Bible study since I've been back. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to y'all later.
Me and you, we can really be the same, but you on a different path and your feet different ways. You tell me it's a cycle that you gotta go through, but you feeling big F. Ain't the teacher told you can wait to the end, but it might be too late. Time keys all ticking, ain't no time to hold weight. Gotta start the grind every day.